Hey YouTube, in this deck profile video I'm going to be doing my updated Messiah Link Joker deck. So this one I just want to point out, I don't have Amnesty Messiah or XLX. I didn't bother getting XLX because I don't have an Amnesty. But the deck still works, you just don't have those really big on-stride plays that you would have otherwise if you had access to those cards. So hopefully those cards get reprinted in the future at some point, but knowing Bushiroad, currently the way they handle their reprints, they don't do it too well. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be like a trial deck or an Ibuki Legend deck or something. But anyways, it won't be anytime soon. But anyway, the deck still functions fine. So let's get right into it. So I'm running still 4 Alter Ego Messiah. It's really easy to get. You just get 2 trial decks of the Ibuki trial deck, and then you have 4 of these. So it's very essential to run 4 copies of Alter Ego Messiah because he's the GB2. Next, I'm still running 2 Cradle of the Star Stellar Maker. This is a good backup Vanguard if you do not open up with Messiah. It's not that essential, but it does have a pretty decent GB1. Originally I took it out completely, but I put it back in because the GB1 skill is very useful with some of the new support cards from set 5. Since I don't have Excelix or Amnesty, the nice thing is her GB1 skill is kind of like that effect where you can unlock 2 cards, unlock them, and if the 2 cards were unlocked, this unit gets 3k plus a critical. So it's pretty good as a backup to Alter Ego. Next I am running 2 Lady Battler of the Accretion Disc. So this is a new common card from set 5. I like it because it has a Vanguard and Rearguard effect of when its attack hits, you can choose one of your rearguards, lock it, and then you can choose up to one of the opponent's rearguards and lock it. So it has that on-hit pressure. So that's a grade 3 lineup. For grade 2, still running Duskblade. He's pretty essential because he's the main consistent way that you'll be able to lock your opponent's grade 2 or less rearguards. So I dropped him from 4 to 3 just to make room for the new cards. It's very hard to fit a lot of new cards in here for grade 2 and grade 1 especially. Next, I am a returning card also is 3 Lady Battler of the Gravity Well. So these 2 are the only 2 that, well actually no, I take that back. I'm still also running another one. But the only other card that I added for the grade 2 lineup is Arrestor Messiah. You can try the Force the Monk rare. The thing I didn't like about that was that it used Counterblast to Omega Lock something. But again, Omega Locking is a pretty good play. I mean, a pretty good thing to do. So I may put him back in, but it's just really hard to find space for him. The only way I can fit him in is potentially taking 1 Arrestor out and 1 Duskblade out, or maybe one of these out. But these cards are pretty essential because I don't have Excelix. So I just built it like this. And then the last grade 2 is 2 Awakening Messiah. Awakening Messiah, just because it helps you get extra attacks. When it gets unlocked, it can get you that 4th attack. Or potentially even like 5th attack. So Awakening is pretty good. 2 copies of it. It's not essential. You don't need to ride it or anything. So that's the grade 2 lineup. Moving on to grade 1s. 4 Flowers in Vacuum Cosmo Wreath, because the deck is pretty counterblast heavy, being a GB2 deck. Next, 3 Lady Battler of the White Dwarf. This replaces the grade 1 from the trial deck that when it attacked, you could unlock something, and then it gains 4k, making 11. This thing basically does the same thing. When it boosts, you can choose a locked card and unlock it, and if you do the boosted unit, it gets 4k until the end of the battle. So it basically is an upgrade to him, so he doesn't have to be in the front row. Next, 3 Destiny Dealer, down from 4 because the tech choices are really hard in here. And then next, 2 Dark Metal Chameleon, down from 3 to 2 to try out a new card that they got. And that new card is Sacrifice Messiah. So Sacrifice Messiah can potentially replace Dark Metal Chameleon, although in playtesting, Dark Metal Chameleon is just more consistent because it has resist. But basically, when this card, when another rearguard is locked, you can, and you have a grade 3 Vanguard GB1, you can lock this card and then you can unflip one and then choose another one of your units and it gets 3k. So similar to Dark Chameleon, this thing allows you to or basically countercharge. So that's why like 2 and 2 of these works fine, and this thing does have a more aggressive ability because it gives 3k. So for the trigger lineup, 4 draw super string, 4 of the new Messiah, Blink Messiah, because it adds soul. Both of them add soul. It's really good with the GB2 skill. Then 4 more critical, and then 4 heal. So standard lineup, and Neon Messiah is still the starter because it searches out stride fodder, essentially. That's the main reason why I'm still running it. Still think it's a very consistent starter overall. Those of you that saw me playing online, Cardfight Online, when it was in beta, I spent most of my time playing as the Link Joker clan, and I relied on this a lot because I was up against Royal Paladin decks that had grade 1 stride enablers, and I didn't have that, so I used this basically to make up for that difference. So for the stride deck, it's 2 or 3 copies of Judgment Messiah. It should actually be 3 copies of Judgment Messiah. So we'll say 3 Judgment Messiah, 2 Big Crunch Dragon, just for that Omega Lock play. It would be nice if I had 2 more of these, but it is getting harder to find this. 1 Seal Dragon, because with the Duskblade and with the ability to lock the opponent's stuff, this can potentially be like a Atmos, if not a little bit between Atmos and Blizza. And then Blizza and Atmos. Blizza in late game is really good in this deck. You can open up with Blizza first, and then you can later on use this as a late game Blizza. So if you want to hurry into GB2, but honestly I feel like the Judgment Messiah is better early game for that pressure, just to lock a grade 2 line. So anyway guys, that was my Messiah Link Joker deck. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. It's kind of budget because I don't have the GR stuff, like I said, Helix and Amnesty. But let me know in the comments what you think, and as always guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.